Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I was browsing through my Instagram the other day and I made a humbling discovery. I look nothing like I look like on Instagram in real life. But the purpose of this video today is to show you how I make myself look like I do on my Instagram. I'm giving you the keys to the kingdom, if you will. Could call this an everyday red carpet makeup look. That's the level of effort that goes in when I actually do choose to do my makeup. But lately, on a daily basis, I don't feel like getting up at 6 a.m. like I used to when I was in high school, okay? I would get up at 6 a.m. to do 2 hours, or like an hour and a half, of hair and makeup. It was mostly makeup. I didn't do much to my hair until I went to cosmetology school. And now my focus has shifted entirely. I can't keep my hands off my hair. I don't know when this began, but it was at some point between the time when I graduated from high school and when I started going on antidepressant. That should explain everything you need to know. Today, I'm going to be showing you my little routine. And we're going to start with washing my face, because you don't want to put makeup on a crusty face, you nasty. Just kidding. Eye crusties? That looks so nasty when you put foundation on top of that. Just save yourself that thing. I'm going to be sporting this sexy headband for a while because I don't feel like clipping my hair back. And the fact that I fried my hair so bad that I had to cut it to like here. Well, I miss my ponytail a lot, but you know what? It's my own fault. I'm the problem. Okay, I'm no longer a crusty bitch. I have washed my face. I have toned my face. And now we are here, we must moisturize. If you have any fancy serums, this is the step to do them at. Normally I don't put every single one of these serums on, but today's the day. I'm turning it out for you guys. That means I love you, and you're welcome. My favorite thing I ever got from working for Estee Lauder. I will not be purchasing it again. It was like a credit. So you're done prepping your skin with so much moisturizer you can barely get the foundation on, then you're about ready. I like to fan the serum into my skin because I'm impatient. And I feel like an old Hollywood movie star, because this is the closest it's gonna get unless somebody really wants to hire me from this video. I am using this one today. I got it at Target. It doesn't seem too bad. Why am I unscrewing it and putting it on my skin like this? Well, I'm glad you asked. The pump just stopped working, and I didn't feel like asking for a refund, and I knew there was definitely going to be some more product in there, because I only used it like 2 or 3 times, and I'm like, you had best be joking. But I just decided to scoop out the rest of what's in here with what I like to call the dipstick. Your girl is not just gonna throw away free product. Free is my favorite 4-letter word, and that's saying a lot considering I love to say the word. I hate the winter because when it gets cold outside, my knuckles just decide, hey, we're gonna completely crack open. I love this. I love this for me. I have old witch hands now. Makeup that I'm gonna be putting on has SPF in it already, but just because I've seen those things, those posts on Instagram saying that if you don't put sunscreen on your neck, your face will not age and your neck will look like you transformed into a turkey. Yes, child. Go hide in the cave of my closet. That's behind me. Anyway, I like to put on extra sunscreen because I'm paranoid that I'm not using enough. So just a little, the tiniest bit, because I don't want to have massive age spots when I'm older. I already have this one. We'll find out what it is later in life. Now for foundation, you can either use the Beauty Blender or you can use a fluffy brush, like a synthetic brush, like this one. Synthetic specifically, because if you use a brush that kind of looks like this, the product will just smear and the brush will be ruined. So don't recommend doing that. So use one like this. You can definitely find them on Amazon. I don't have to tell you where to find them. This one has the risk of looking a little bit streaky. The Beauty Blender will work for pretty much airbrushing everything out. But the one thing about the Beauty Blender is that I recommend wetting it before you start using it. So I'm going to go wet and probably clean this with a little bit of dish soap just to get it a little bit cleaner than that. So first things first, you're going to start with a regular foundation, maybe one that's a little bit brighter than your actual skin tone, kind of like that. My face is primarily red, and so to cancel it out, I like a foundation that looks a little bit more orange, not orange, yellow, like this kind of lighter yellow on my skin when I first put it on, because then afterwards it'll look like a filter. Will it completely match my skin? No, but I'm going to show you a trick to make it look like it's intentional. I should also specify that I do shave my face. You do not have to do that. You do not have to shave your face if you don't want to. But if you are going to listen to my advice, for the love of all that is good, use a safety razor. And if you don't have my approval. That's on you. I'm going to use the Beauty Blender on this side, and then on this side, I'll show you what it looks like with this brush. As you can see, this side looks far more airbrushed, and this one definitely, you can see the texture of my face, which is not a bad thing, but if I'm gonna be looking like I do on Instagram, I want to look very airbrushed. After that step, I'm gonna put in some concealer under my eyes and on various high paints of my face. Lighter shades bring forward and darker shades pull back, and to pull forward like the high paints of my face, I'm going to use a concealer that's not exactly a match, just maybe a shade or a half shade lighter. Different brands definitely have different undertones for the most part. Clinique usually stays pretty neutral, but this Even Better Clinical, for me, it ran a little bit like brightening, but for the most part, I really like the consistency of it. It just looks really yellow on me. The next product I'm going to use to make this less foundation-y looking is actually the Tinted Moisturizer by Clinique. This one runs a little bit closer to my true skin tone a bit. It has a little bit more pink in it. I could use my finger to put this on like a moisturizer, but because I want it to look super airbrushed and like I totally just like look like this, I'm gonna use a Beauty Blender. I look so natural. Also, don't forget to get your neck. If you're like me, people will notice. I also don't want to make it look like I'm actually wearing a masquerade mask. I already clown enough on a daily basis. And this is the point where I actually want to put on translucent powder. Normally I would use Laura Mercier, but that's a lot of money, so I just did the Sephora brand powder instead. Foufy brush, dip in pan. That's probably far too much. Boom, bam, baby, you set. Is at this point you want to start putting the pink back on your face. My favorite blush at the moment is this Bare Minerals Gem Nude sample that I got a million years ago. What I like to do with my blush specifically is dot it, bring it up right here into the front of my face, and then blend around. It's also best to do this specifically with the powder. After the powder if you're using powder blush. If you're using cream blush, however, do the blush before. I put it over the bridge of my nose. I almost said the nose of my bridge. Yes, because that makes sense. And if I feel fancy, I'll put a little bit, the tiniest bit, on my temples. Because what's my undertone? Electric pink. Looks like it could be bronzer if you weren't like actively looking at it. I have to be very careful where I put my bronzer, otherwise it will look like I took a step back into 2008. And 2008 was 2000 late. You don't want to do that. Sculpt out that jawbone. Don't let them think you have any sort of flabby facial features. Why? Because it's Instagram. If you wanted to get really fancy, you could go down like the bridge of your nose with a brush, I mean, you could even use like a little eyeshadow brush. If you care that much, if you have eyeshadow primer, this is the time to do it. You can also use concealer, but you just mainly want something that'll blend in and brighten up your eyelids without being so heavy that it gets cakey. I'm going to be using the Alyssa Edwards Anastasia Beverly Hills palette because it has lots of options. Why not? So I like to start with the lightest tones. So I'm going to put a little bit of that white right underneath my eyebrow. I like to use this type of brush with this palette because it literally comes with one, but I like mine better. I'm going to take this brown shade and put it on the outer corner of my eye right here. As I'm stamping and swishing back and forth. Also actively taking a second to pull back and reflect on what I'm putting on my face just like I do in life. The last thing you want to do is do what I did in high school and not do that, and it looks like your eyes are crooked. When I was a kid, tutorials were barely a thing. So y'all are lucky. My particular calling card to you is that I'm not a beauty guru. I'm just a normal person that's been doing makeup for a concerning amount of time because I had low self-esteem issues for a much longer time than that. And now I'm here to share my knowledge of how to mask literally with you. So you're welcome. All right, it's time for some basic Inspire gold on the actual eyelid. I'm just kidding. Gold isn't a basic bitch color. All neutrals are. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. They're the pick-me girl colors. I'm kidding again. Because I have ADHD and I like having attention on me, I'm probably gonna put a little bit of, maybe some blue under my eyes and then fill in the corner with some black. And as usual, when I was left unsupervised for far too long, I girl bossed a lot closer to the sun than I intended to. But you know what? I kind of don't hate it. So we're going to go into eyeliner now. And I'm going to be using the Sephora brand eyeliner, the felt tip kind. And honestly, I've tried a lot of different eyeliners. I've tried this one. I made a TikTok about this one. I really like both of them. They're both pretty darn expensive for me, but I really like using this because it's like $15, not like $50 or $70. So I'm going to show you the very not precise process of how I do this. So I line it up with my nose and then kind of get my fingers in that same position right there. Half close my eye. Stamp and drag. And just do that. And repeat on the other side. Don't forget to look at yourself like straight on in the mirror, which I can't do if I'm looking at you, but look at yourself straight on because again, you don't want crooked eyes. Yes, you don't want crooked eyes. People will be looking at you very weird and you won't know why. I found out the hard way myself. I didn't specify what after you make that wing, you want to connect it to the front. I know that may seem pretty obvious, but to some people don't do it. So I'm just specifying. Now at this point, you can either put on a strip lash of fake eyelashes, or you could put on mascara. I don't feel like putting on fake lashes at the moment because my eyes are very sensitive, because it's very dry outside, and my face is just angry at me for having a cat when I'm allergic, but I don't care. I'm gonna rebel. And so I'm just going to put on mascara today. Feeling real crazy, you'll put some black eyeshadow or eyeliner. I prefer eyeshadow right there on the corner where your eyeshadow meets on the bottom. Feeling special, I'm going to do a graphic eyeliner moment and be right back. There's a liquid lipstick for it, but I recommend using actual eyeliner. But this is what I'm doing. You know, I don't like it. Will I commit to this? I'm going to commit to this. I don't hate this as much. Now, if I can just do this on the other side, then I think we'll be right as rain. It's just one little blue line with a little flick. It kind of gives some attitude. Remember that thing I said about having to look at yourself dead in the eyes when you're doing things like this? Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Give me a minute. This is what I'm talking about. Now I have to fix this. Close enough. Okay, moving on. Very unique look, but I'm gonna go for like this sort of plum color of lipstick. I was thinking about using all black. Wait. Which one is more of a vibe? Which one? I kind of want black. I'm gonna do black. Also realized that I'm going for the most aggressive under chin angle here because I don't have a stand properly that fits for my iPad, which is what I'm recording this on. Have fun. Have fun with all the under chin angles. It's definitely not the millennial angle, I can tell you that. I am putting on black lip liner for this. You can use eyeliner. I mean, I can't tell you what to do, but it really helps make it look very crisp. Ooh. Yes, I look like I'm putting the fun in funeral, baby. I need to go put on an outfit that matches all of this to really put it all together. So I'll be back. I wanted to try to recreate the exact leather photo that I have on my Instagram, but unfortunately that leather skirt just decided to explode. It wasn't real leather, it's pleather. For some reason the pleather just shredded on my side. So this skirt, which is a little bit longer, it has a little bit, oh, you can't really see it. Skirt is a tiny bit longer in general, but it has a cute little leg slit, you know, for easy accessibility to be a bad bitch. Ooh, this is a look though. This is my angle. Oh my god, I'm gonna step on you. Oh, that's dangerous. I can't help it, I'm a hopeless simp and I don't care. But like for real, like look at this. Look at this merchandise. I love the aesthetic. I had gotten into the phase where I actually went back to super colorful clothing, and I completely forgot how much I loved wearing black. Colors are great, but black staples are just really where it's at. I'm gonna use a round brush blow dryer to like smooth out my hair a little bit, and I'll be back for the final look. And you might be asking yourself, Kayla, why didn't you do anything to your eyebrows? Well, as somebody who was a victim of plucking them really thin and making my eyebrows look like they were a landing strip every day when I was in my teen years, I'm just gonna let them do their thing. I dye them so they look regular, and I'm just not gonna touch them. Anyone asks down in the comments, I liked wearing black before Wednesday came out. I liked it when emos were still a thing. The original ones, which wasn't that long ago. Maybe 25 years old, but I feel old as time. I feel like an 80-year-old trapped in a 17-year-old's body. That 17-year-old is a female that's 25 and is almost 6 feet tall and is definitely like 6'1" in heels. Anywho's, this is the final look. I hope you like it. If you have any suggestions on anything else I should do, put them in the comments down below. Please give this video a like, a thumbs up if you will. Happy New Year. Hopefully 2023 isn't such a train wreck, but I'm going into this year humble. And I will see you on the next one. See you next time.